All right, everybody. I'm going to dismantle a React project and then show you how easy it is to just build a Node application with an HTML file. We've been building stuff with React for quite a while in these classes, and we don't really need React. I mean, for the most part, we have Node already running, and Node doesn't care who's sending it what. So I'm just going to download one of my login frameworks. I'm going to delete the folders we're not going to use, like the client, the auth, and the config, and I'll just delete them. And I'm going to look into the package.json, and I'll show you how easy this is. So I don't need MySQL, I don't need path, I don't need JSON Web Token, bcrypt. I might need, who knows? I really just, I'm only going to need Express really and body parser, and we need to install CORS. So we'll just basically just kind of alter the package.json a little bit. And then with the server, like these are always the same. For the most part, I'm just going to take all the functionality and the stuff that I didn't use, and we just need Express and body parser. Let's take out all the functionality from the server, from my login framework. Just tear out everything we're just not going to use. And now we're just down with a listener. And I'm going to go install CORS, like I did a minute ago, so we can have the HTML file communicate with our server. And that's pretty much the basics of how to get these things to communicate. Now I've got a function that basically you tell it a number, like a monetary number, and then it will break it down into nickels, dimes, quarters, etc. And it's a really basic thing. So on this HTML file, I'm going to have the user type in a monetary value, and it's going to send to the server this value, and then the function will just break it down and send you back how many quarters, dimes, nickels you're going to need. That's it. So here's my CORS option. I need to let it know who to expect. Now, I'm going to be running my HTML file and just a localhost 3000. I have an application named Serve running globally, which will let Visual Studio run my HTML file on localhost 3000. So you need to install that globally, Serve, npm serve, look it up. And then from here, we're going to let the server know that what we're expecting. We're going to expect to be talking to localhost 3000. And so I'm going to let that know here. And as you can see, I'm going to bring in CORS. This is a cross-origin thing, so it's just for security reasons, so that you can communicate with something. It has to know who to expect communication from, and otherwise it'll refuse everybody else. So I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, these are all real basics. So here I'm just going to just make sure I've got everything ready to go. I'm going to be getting these things back and forth in the format of JSON. So let's go ahead and add that function that I already have pre-built. I used this function a long time ago for something else. But as you can see, it says the server side, and it's accepting a post, and it's going to get an amount, and then from that amount, it's going to run my function. That's it. And it's going to tell me how much change I need from the amount of monetary value I send it. So this function is kind of really not that important, as opposed to what we're trying to point out here is how do you get these two things to communicate together. All right, I'm going to write an index.html file, and I'll paste in my form along with my post. So as you can see here, I need to connect it. Here's my script at the bottom. It's got a function called getChange. As you can see, my script at the top is connected to localhost 5000. Here's my post on the client side, and it knows what to expect once it receives it. It's going to basically fill out all the information. So let's start these servers up. It's very simple. Start up my terminal. I got to do a split window. So within the client, I'm just going to write the word serve. And that's going to run me on 3000, localhost 3000. Now, NodeMon, just like my other things, now keep in mind you got to install your Node modules. So remember to do that. And let's go ahead and install these modules. that we had on our package.json. And we'll run this. And so now both servers are running. Let's go and let's open up the index.html file. Remember, it's going to be doing on localhost. That's it. We're running. These are the dependencies that you need. And I'm doing a response await. I'm going to 5,000. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy it.